Meet the Mortons. They're energetic, busy, active, and smart. They value the quality of their lives together, and they value those things in their lives which help them find a sense of security and comfort and style. So when Kevin and Lisa began to think it was time for a new car, and they heard about the new Saab 9.5 Wagon, it was a no-brainer. Kevin and Lisa want the reassurance of a solid, safe vehicle that doesn't force them to sacrifice space and versatility. And with Saab's horsepower and performance, it's fun to drive. The Saab reputation is what brought them to Saab in the first place. And when they saw the 9.5 Wagon, well, they fell in love. Steffi, a budding violin virtuoso, thinks it's pretty cool too. But maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's start at the beginning. The day starts early with Steffi's newspaper out, or should I say Dad's. Note the several options for operating the tailgate lock. As you can see, the tailgate can be unlocked with a switch on the driver's door, with the remote, with a lock cylinder on the tailgate, or from inside the luggage compartment with a lock button. Keep in mind that there's a difference between locking and latching. Although the tailgate may be unlocked, it cannot be opened until the latch handle is physically squeezed at the tailgate. Also, the tailgate can be locked with the lock button on the center console, the driver's door lock cylinder, the remote, and the inside lock button on the tailgate. Note that the tailgate is automatically locked after the tailgate has been closed for 4 minutes. Notice the lighting for the rear compartment. There is a rear roof light and 2 lamps located at the bottom corners of the tailgate. When open, these project white light downward and red light backward for safety. The lamps are activated by the dice module when it receives a tailgate open message from the twice control module. Steffi's job is sure made easier with a new accessory, the luggage compartment divider. The daily gazettes are on the right, and the other member of the Morton family is on the left. Ooh, still needs to work on her aim, though. On Sundays, when the papers are big and heavy, Steffi likes to use another new accessory, the sliding load floor. It pulls out for easy loading and unloading. Note that the tracks for the sliding load floor are attached to the cargo tracks. Also note the cargo track bolts on the luggage compartment's built-in cargo tracks. The bolts may be positioned anywhere along the 2 tracks to secure loads. Let's take a moment to look at a couple of other features unique to the wagon. First, notice the floor mat, offering full wall-to-wall protection. By the way, notice the wide, flat storage space in general, 73 cubic feet with the back seats folded down. Well designed and practical. Let's take a closer look at the tailgate. The hinges are heavy-duty. Raising the tailgate is facilitated by 2 powerful gas-filled lifting springs located between the headlining and the roof. Each lifter is connected to a hinge and its roof mount with a ball and socket. Note the rugged T-shaped mount. This design is to ensure the lifting spring will remain secure in the event of a rear-end collision. Finally, notice the rear spoiler, a great-looking option. The whole town's gathering to spruce up for the school playground, and the Mortons are ready to do their part. In this car, because the Mortons never know what they're going to be carrying, they choose Saab's Nivomat load-leveling suspension package. This option consists of 2 special rear shock absorbers that automatically adjust to the load. Notice the optional cargo guard for heavy loads. Its rugged construction and heavy-duty anchoring make it a must when transporting big loads. The roof racks are rated for loads of up to 220 pounds. The Mortons, looking for comfort and security. Practical people who appreciate value, and their 9.5 Wagon, full of new features, each stamped with the indelible mark of Saab tradition. And one more thing, it's fun to drive. The Mortons and the Saab 9.5 Wagon. It's a perfect match. Later on that day, it's off to a youth symphony orchestra rehearsal with one quick detour to the florist and the week's top rock favorites. Steffi's probably more an engineer at heart than a violinist, so she loves to figure out what things do and how they work. She'd love learning about the 9.5 Wagon's new diversity FM radio antenna system, functional with our Harman Kardon sound system. 2 antennas, one AM/FM and the other FM only, are embedded on the rear side windows. Each is connected to an amplifier. The right side amplifier also contains a sensing circuit that samples the signal strength coming from each antenna and automatically supplies the radio with the strongest signal for clearer, cleaner sound. And speaking of sound, there's nothing quite like the rich, full sounds made possible by our Wagon's new subwoofer, standard with the Harman Kardon audio system. The subwoofer is mounted in an enclosure on the right-hand side of the luggage compartment. Note that the subwoofer can only be replaced as a complete unit. Because the sound characteristics of the subwoofer in the Wagon differ from the sedan system, the Wagon's power amplifier for the subwoofer is also different, tuned specifically for the Wagon's environment. The optional CD changer is located on the left side of the luggage compartment in one of the cubby holes. Its installation procedure is somewhat different from the procedure for the sedan. All of this adds up to unparalleled clarity and power, putting you in the concert hall or the stadium. If the sound system is impressive, design engineer Steffi is also fascinated by the rear window wiper with integrated washer. The rear window wiper runs either continuously or on a non-adjustable intermittent cycle. If the 9.5 Wagon is in reverse and the front wipers are turned on, the intermittent cycle for the rear wiper is automatically activated to ensure clear vision. While the washer is in use, the wipers operate continuously. When the washer stops, the wipers make 3 more passes, wait several seconds, then make 1 more pass to clean up any straggling drips. The rear washer operates from the same pump used by the headlamp washer system. Note that when directing washer fluid to the rear window, the pump operates in reverse. There is a separate high-output pump just for the 6 windshield washer nozzles. This may be the time to mention the new DICE control module, which was introduced to the market at the same time as the 9.5 Wagon. A new DICE control module is necessary because of the Wagon's rear window wiper, located on pin 12 of the new DICE. Note that the new DICE module has a new part number. The older DICE unit has been discontinued, and the new DICE unit will be used on the 9.5 sedan as well. Remember, the 9.5 sedan will not have a rear wiper, so pin 12 will be unused. If Steffi knew about the 2 glass breakage sensors located above her head, she'd also be impressed with the engineering of the anti-theft system. While the sedan module has just 1 glass breakage sensor, the anti-theft system on the Wagon has 2 sensors to ensure glass breakage coverage extends to the entire luggage compartment. The rear sensor is mounted in the luggage compartment roof lamp and is connected to the front sensor, which is located in the center roof lamp. This sensor is, in turn, connected directly to the twice control module. The rear sensor is designed simply to detect sounds and direct its output to the front sensor. The front sensor further processes the signal to decide if glass really has broken and sends information to the twice module to trigger the alarm. Note that although there are diagnostic procedures for the front sensor, there are none for the rear sensor. Similarly, the twice module does not recognize a missing or defective rear sensor. Also, these sensors may be temporarily disabled with the night panel button, using the procedure for the 9.5 sedan. Now let's take a look at the luggage compartment trim, the sill scuff plate, the tailgate opening top trim, the D pillar trim, the C pillar trim, and the rear side panel. Each of these items has their own removal procedures. For example, the sill scuff plate. First, remove the 2 screws at the ends of the scuff plate, accessible underneath the small plastic covers. To remove the plate, pull up on the scuff plate, lifting each of the 4 clips which are snapped into the sheet metal. To remove the tailgate opening top trim, including the light assembly, firmly but gently pull straight down on the plastic piece. Note that the top trim is held in position with 5 metal clips and 4 plastic clips. With the trim lifted away from the frame, disconnect the wires from the light and glass breakage sensor. The D-pillar trim is held in place with 4 metal clips. To remove, pull the D-pillar trim straight out. To remove C-pillar trim, begin by removing the 2 screws from the forward edge of the parcel cover plastic track. With the 2 screws removed, 4 plastic clips hold the C-pillar trim in place. To remove it, pull the trim straight out away from the pillar. Removal of the rear side panel is more involved. First, the parcel cover plastic track must be removed. Begin by removing 2 screws from the forward edge of the plastic track. Next, remove 1 screw located under the plastic cover at the rear of the track. Now the plastic track may be pulled straight out. Note that it is held in place with 4 metal clips. With the parcel cover track removed, you must now remove the lower storage compartment. Pull up on the front edge while pulling the storage compartment forward. Note that there are no screws or clips. With these other items removed, the side trim panel can be removed. Begin by removing 5 screws along the top edge of the trim panel. Then pull the trim panel upward and toward the rear of the car. Removal of the headlining also involves several steps. Begin by removing the top rear trim panel. Then remove the D-pillar trim. Next, remove the cargo guard attachments. Locate and remove the 2 twist lock clips. Then remove the C-pillar trim. Remove the rear headliner support strips. The rest of the removal procedure for the wagon headliner follows the R&R procedure described for the 9.5 sedan. This completes our look at trim and headlining R&R procedures.